Mr Speaker, I'm sure ministers on this side of House and members opposite would want to join in thanking the public services in Canterbury for the efforts that they have had over the last 2 weeks in support of the people of Christchurch and Canterbury. The effort has indeed been tremendous, and I know that ministers and members from all sides of the House have certainly been impressed by the commitment and the dedication of so many people who, while suffering damage and problems themselves, have made themselves so available to help their fellow citizens in the region over the time of the quake. Even today, ministers are in Canterbury working with organisations in order to assist the recovery there. And as you're aware, Mr Speaker, the House passed important urgent legislation yesterday which will enable a quicker response to the demands of the people of Christchurch and Canterbury. Mr Speaker, if I was to report from the public health services, the hospital services in Christchurch are now up to speed and operating as usual. Elective surgery, which was stopped at the time of the earthquake, has recommenced in Christchurch today. The GP surgeries and pharmacies are fully functional. The neonatal intensive care unit remains at capacity. That's one of the points from the earthquake, is actually a lot more babies have been born than normal at this time. And boil water notices remain in Kaiapoi, Kairaki and Pines Beach. I have to say, when I visited the Christchurch hospital, it was very impressive in the sense of the calm and determination of all the staff to provide services for the people of Christchurch. And the Public Health Service has responded strongly in supporting the effort of Christchurch and Canterbury. About 60 or so staff have flown down or travelled from other district health boards in New Zealand in order to support the Canterbury District Health Board in their efforts. But I think we shouldn't just look at the tremendous work that the hospital services have done, but we should acknowledge the amazing effort of the general practice and pharmacy community in Christchurch. Within days, just about every general practice in Christchurch was up and running, supported with all but about 2 or 3 pharmacies who were badly damaged, providing a good quality service for the people of the region. And I went and visited the Pegasus Health people in Christchurch. Within minutes of daylight in Christchurch, there were people lined up, ready to help from general practice level, and that was repeated right across the public health services in Christchurch. We've had a large number of rest home residents from a couple of homes have had to be moved to other places. I went to visit one of those homes in Avonside in Christchurch. I think it would be fair to say that the owners of the rest home really felt for the fact that so many of their residents were having to move. These are people who'd spent some time in the rest home, had all their friends there, that was where their lives were, and that's very disruptive to those older folks. But what's absolutely clear is right across Canterbury, they've had strong support from the hospital, the general practice community, pharmacy, community nursing, that the people have received a really good service. I think the challenge here on in is very much providing support for the people of Christchurch and Canterbury as they deal with the aftermath. There's a whole lot of non-government organisations, other health providers who are out there providing counselling and support and being available for the people of Canterbury who may have any problems or any issues, concerns that they may want to raise. There's still a number of areas where we still have some pressure in the health services, and fortunately all our other facilities have reopened, including Lincoln Maternity and the Burwood Birthing Unit. The ambulance services also need a significant acknowledgement for the work that they've done. The presence in the welfare centres was spectacular, and is going to cease at noon today with, when those things change. I think we've learned an awful lot about how those services can be improved. So ministers on this House, this side of the House, and members opposite would want us to record our congratulations and thanks to the public servants from departments across the spectrum who've worked so well during the earthquake.